A single PCB design mistake which you found late can cost your board respin or weeks of delay and a lot of money. What if you can catch these problems early before you build your board? That is what we are going to look today. Hello everyone, I am Bhavana, working as a technical engineer at GSAS. Today, I will give a hands-on experience on the one of the most powerful PCB design tool, which is Siemens Xpedition. In this video, we are going to cover Siemens EDA tools and a live demonstration about Xpedition Standard. Siemens is the world's leading names in electronic design industry. In Siemens EDA tools, there are three variants. First is Xpedition and second HyperLynx and third is Valor. Xpedition is the PCB designing tool, HyperLynx is simulation tool and Valor is the manufacturing check tool, where the designers need to verify their designs before the board is going to the fabrication. We, GSAS, are the authorized partners for Siemens EDA tools. Before going into that design tool, let's walk you through the PCB design flow. Starting from the schematic, then set the design rules and you place and route the board and verify the signals and manufacturing problems. If everything is clear, then you can generate the outputs and send the outputs to the fabrication unit. Now let's open the design tool. This is how the schematic will look like. And before going into the schematic design, we need to select the components. For selecting the components, there is a PartQuest portal where in the PartQuest portal there are 600 million plus parts with including symbols, footprints and 3D models. For example, I have been searching LPC1768 IC. Here you can see the symbol, footprint and 3D model. And there is one more option where you can launch the PartQuest portal through website. This is how the PartQuest portal will look. Now here I was searching the same, the LPC1768 IC. Yeah, you can see symbol, footprint and 3D model as well here, and you can see the supply chain option here. In the supply chain, designers can find the different type of suppliers, like you see element 14, DigiKey, all these are suppliers for this component. So designers can verify the stock availability, pricing and end of life details in the supply chain option. And in the part lifecycle code option, they can verify the component is in active stage or not. If any of the component life cycle is getting end, so then it will show the absolute option. If the designer need to verify some more information from the datasheet, there is an option called AI Smart Datasheet where the designers no need to read the whole datasheet. They can search in the search bar in a natural language. I have searched like what is the frequency of this component. So it given the answer and the direct link to that page. After selecting all the components, designer can drag and drop the component into the design page. Now the component is available for the schematics. So you can take the component into the schematic page and then you can connect by using the nets. There are three different ways to connect the nets. Like they can, if they need multiple nets, they need to connect all at a time, they can use this multi-nets option. Or if any single wire they need to trace, or if they need to connect the single pin, they can use single place net option. If there is any bus group in their design, they can use this place bus option. This is how the schematics can be designed. For a designer, they might take weeks or months to complete their designs, but the component availability or stock availability, they need to check when they are generating the BOM. So before generating the BOM, if really the component is available until the schematics has been completed or not. If they need to check that, there is an option called supply chain where they can configure the supply chain, and using the designer itself they can verify all these options. After verifying all the details, they can export the BOM as .csv or XML format. Now, after completing all the schematics, they need to set the design rules where it can be done in the Constraint Manager. In the Constraint Manager, designer need to set the design rules like trace width, spacing and impedance values. They can create the net class, for example power, and they can assign the nets to the power. Like I have assigned 3.3 volts and 5 volts here for the power. If they change the trace width, it will automatically applies to all the assigned nets. And in their design, if they are having high speed designs, in the constraint class there are options like differential plates, length impedance, overshoot or rise back. All these values they can set in the constraint class. Until now we have completed the designing the schematics and setting the values for the layout. Now let's move on to the layout. You can see all the components here, and if the designer need to configure like if there is any power section or USB section, they can group the components based upon their requirement. For example, I have created buck converter and clock section and FPGA section differently. They can just select all the components and drag and drop into that section. So now all the components will go into the buck converter. After grouping all the components, you can manually place the components one by one, or the tool will auto arrange the components based upon the netlist. After placing all the components, you can do the routing. There are two options for routing. You can do the routing each pin by pin, or you can select all the pins at a time and you need to draw a rough sketch and then select sketch route selected. So the tool will automatically route for you based upon the constraints what you have set in the constraint editor. After doing the whole PCB traces, you can verify the 3D view. Yes, you can see the 3D view here. You can see the top and the bottom as well. And if there is any enclosure, you can send the IDX format to the MCAD teams where they can verify. If there is any errors, they can reach back to you in the design stage so that you can remodify the design. After placing the components and route the board, you can verify the signals using the add-on tokens. Like there are 4 add-on which are available, like pre-layout signal integrity, post-layout signal integrity, advanced ECAD MCAD collaboration and rigid flex. If you need to verify these signals, so you need to buy add-ons. Now after completing everything, you can generate the output in the form of ODP++ or Gerber. Like you see in the video, there is PCBflow which is also included in the Xpedition Standard, where the designers can verify the manufacturing checks before before the board goes into the fabrication. So this they can verify only 12 boards per year. Designers can verify DFM checks and DFS checks using this PCBflow. Quickly to the recap, Siemens Xpedition Standard will connect you from schematic to the manufacturing, where the designers can save their costly respins. If you need to know more about Siemens Xpedition Standard, please reach out to us.